Yeah. You're a progressive black metal band in a sense. You have this black metal on rock foundation, sort of. And is it about pushing the borders and being a rebel, even like a rebel against black metal fans in a way?
You have to dare make music for yourself in order to make something that will really stand the test of time, I think, and to make something that has a true artistic quality. I mean, we're not really entertainers, and I think that the genre we operate in isn't really made for the purpose of entertainment like pop music is, or certain kinds of the rock and hard rock genres. There's something way deeper, and with the fear of sounding a little pretentious, there's something more artful and soulful about this genre of music. And we cannot really enter this field with everything we have, with our full range of resources and, you know, with our arsenal of qualities as musicians, without really putting our soul into it. And it goes without saying that we have to please ourselves first and foremost in order to even have the chance to please others. Therefore, we cannot think of what is expected of us, or what might offend fans, or what might be conceived of unconventional or unfitting or whatever. We have a deep respect for where we come from musically, but part of that respect is actually to bring something new to it. And we feel very confident that whatever we do with Satyricon really has a purpose and a meaning, and we trust our own abilities as musicians, and we trust our own taste to see to it that it will always sound cool, that it will sound good, and that it will sound right. We never experiment for the sake of experiment, and it's never a goal to offend in itself, or to provoke only for the sake of provoking.
Okay.
But if we feel that the music needs an element that is unconventional, or that might piss off some people, well, we just bring it in there.
Okay.
And I think that's the only way to do it. And, you know, having been around for some years, you develop your very own way of doing things, and you forget about, you know, reactions and that sort of thing. You become you get a certain defense against that sort of thing, and that's really what you need, because you cannot really please everybody. And what we have experienced with albums like Rebel Extravaganza, for instance, was that our core fans basically hated that album when it was released. Those same people come up to us now and want to hear songs from that album live, and now they get it.
No, yeah.
And well, we had to go against them in order to create something that eventually would be rewarding for them, and something that, you know, could challenge them a little, and that they would grow on. And it feels like there's something right about that, to really challenge people a little, and not always go for an easy solution, and to sometimes avoid those solutions that, you know, people will like immediately, but that perhaps are a bit too boring, or you know, too straightforward.
Yes. How does the creative process look like when you and Satyr writes the material?
They're pretty album specific, I think. For the Age of Nero now, we had a very iterative process, meaning that we were going back and forth with the material a lot. Typically, Satyr would present some material to me in the rehearsal place. At certain times he would have more or less ready-made rhythm structure, and he would present that to me, asking me to play it, and I would add my own signature to that. Other times it would be my task to create that rhythmic base for the material that he had made, and we would work on that. And eventually, having gotten a little further, he would bring recorded material from the rehearsal with him and go out to secluded cabin, be there and work peacefully and not being interrupted by phones or emails or that sort of thing. Having some find inspiration from the nature around him and all that, and he would come back with more material, and we would continue working, and all the time we would evaluate and decide whether we felt that the composition had a feeling of wholeness, and that, you know, the flow of energy and all that was as we wanted. And we also brought Snorre from Thorns into this process.
Mm-hmm.
He had been like affiliated with the band for many years, and he understands Satyricon very, very well.
Okay.
He thinks basically like we do, but sometimes you need someone from the outside that haven't really been there throughout the entire process, that haven't heard, you know, the different solutions that you have tried out and don't really know the thoughts behind everything, and he can just go in there and he could listen to it as an outsider, but still an outsider that really understands, and that would probably want the same kind of solutions that we do.
Okay.
And he would say, that theme there lacks something, or that doesn't sound like you know, a good bass for a chorus. It should have a different place in the song or whatever. And there were times when his presence alone was enough to really inspire us. Okay. It was this good aura when all the trios were there, for instance, and we would feel this stimulating air, and just the presence alone of somebody that has that kind of understanding, and that really takes so much part in what you do. That can be enough, you know, to bring you further, and to make you feel that you know, the vibe is of that sort, that inspiration just comes flowing to you. Yeah. There was something missing, but when he entered, it felt right, and it was easier to go along. That's quite inspiring, actually, in itself. So having him there as this human catalyst was a big help for us.
Nice, very good.